Dear students, after studying this module, you shall be able to know about what is digital forensics, types of digital forensic tools, write blockers and tools used for forensic analysis. First, introduction to digital forensics. Nowadays, computer plays a vital role in every sector, so it can be used as a weapon or target to hamper opponent. Criminals are using computer as a weapon against their victims. So, it is an emerging challenge before law enforcement agencies to identify the digital evidence and extract essential facts that can be produced before court. This is where digital forensic comes in the picture. Digital forensic is a branch of forensic science which encompasses recovery and investigation of material found on digital evidences. The common example can be given is about income tax fraud. There are many businessmen, let us take an example from hotel industry, who are not paying the complete tax. They print the bill for their customers and after payment, they simply delete the bill. So, at the end of the year, they show only few bills so as to pay less tax. Therefore, Income Tax Department these days uses several digital forensic tools to identify deleted data, in this case receipt, and catch the felony. Another example can be given of a computer seized from a terrorist. It may contain some hidden information about future plans or attacks, or it can also provide us the threads about their organization. Most of the times, investigator has to link some dots to get whole line, and digital forensic tools plays a vital role in the same. Types of digital forensic tools. There are two basic criteria to categorize digital forensic tools. They are: first, based on developer, they are of two types, open source and proprietary, and based on use of software or tools, they are of three types: live acquisition, imaging, and analysis. There are two communities in software: open source and proprietary. Open source software provides access to their source code. The source code lets you understand the architecture of the software, which can also be customized according to the programmer to fulfill his desired functions. The source code is available for free, but it does not assure about results and performance. For a beginner or low capital firms, open source tools are the best option. Many of the tools come with just the software. They are not widespread. They have limited features. The example of open source tools is DEFT Linux, FTK Imager, etc. On the other hand, proprietary tools are comprehensive. Vendors assure about their performance, but the user have limited or no access to the source code. Proprietary tools are costly. Examples of some of the proprietary tools are EnCase, Oxygen Forensic Kit, etc. According to the use of tools, they can be categorized into different groups. They are live acquisition tools, imaging tools, and analysis tools. Let's start with imaging tools. When a machine is acquired, it is either turned off or there is no important process going on, even if it's switched on. Imaging tools are used in such cases. They can be used to replicate entire drive into another location. Imaging can also be done even if the computer is turned off. If the computer is on and there is no threat of losing data, after shutting down the computer, imaging can be carried on. The limitation of doing this is that the contents of the RAM are lost once the machine is switched off. Same tools will also work for storage devices. During an incident response, a live system is acquired. A live system means there are some activities going in the back end of the system. Switching off the system will cause loss of important data. In case of a server, if a server is switched off, it may cause the entire organization to stop functioning to some extent. RAM also consists of some important content, and losing this content can mislead the investigation. In such cases, a live acquisition tool is used. This tool is first burned into a storage device and then connected to the target system. Then the required data can be acquired into this connected drive. EnCase provides live imager. After the imaging is done, this image can be used for investigation. Some system might have redundant array of independent disks, that is RAID, means having multiple disks and the data is intentionally distributed over multiple disks. In this case, live acquisition is essential because taking separate image of every drive and then investigating it makes no sense. Analysis software are those that analyzes the evidence. For example, disk audits image. They have many packages and filters like filters to analyze registry, file signature verification, search by regular expression, etc. They might also contain a package to create a drive image. For example, EnCase. Next is write blockers. Write blocker is an important tool. It might be a hardware or software version. Hardware tools are considered to be more reliable. During imaging or processing evidence, it can be tampered by mistake or intention. If the investigation system is affected by viruses, they can infect evidence. To avoid this situation, investigator connects evidence to system through a write blocker. Write blockers are totally transparent to operating system. They allow only read instructions and they block all write instructions. So even if someone tries to modify the evidence, write blocker won't let that happen to the evidence. The well-known write blocker tools are Drive Blocker and Taboo. Next is tools used for forensic analysis. First is EnCase. Computer forensic and EnCase both are very close words. EnCase software is developed by Guidance Software. It is reliable and widely used tool. There are multiple packages in single software. It supports all popular operating systems. Users can write script for automated tasks. It can also perform file signature analysis. It has MD5 database to crack encrypted files with password. It supports Windows platform, but it can analyze any operating system. The software goes through entire file system, file registry, temporary files, and virtual memory. A specific term can be searched by using regular expression. It makes many complicated jobs easy. It has built-in imager with software write blocker. It is always suggested to use a hardware write blocker as a precaution. EnCase provides another independent tool for live acquisition, which is very useful in incident response. EnCase gives very good results for disk imaging, volume image, memory, and logical files. Next is the Sleuth Kit. It is one of the many popular open source tools. It provides command line interface. It has built-in commands to investigate disk images. The Sleuth Kit examines volume as well as data. We can go through the file contents manually or automate the process. The entire tool is made in C library. It is very close to the hardware. It doesn't require additional framework like .NET, but the tool is command line based, so few users may feel it difficult to use. It can be used to investigate Linux, Windows, Mac, Solaris, etc. It organizes files accordingly based on their types. It supports Unicode and ASCII structure. It provides wide access to metadata and file attributes. Next is FTK Imager. This software is developed by Access Data. It is a free tool and occupies around 30 MB of memory. FTK Imager provides support for VXFS, XFAT and ext4 file systems. It safely mounts a forensic image as a physical device or logically as a derived letter. FTK Imager can be used to create image and then mount it as a physical drive. It also provides recovery of deleted files. This tool has built-in MD5 calculator to ensure the integrity of evidence. It facilitates disk access in hexadecimal interface. Deleted files can be searched easily. We can also perform search by header values for which FTK uses master file table. There is another version of the same known as FTK Imager Lite. It is self-executable, which means it doesn't require installation. This can also be used for live imaging. It can make image of drive as well as physical memory. It can create an image using the raw DD format, smart format or E01 format. Target image size can be decided by user. File splitting may help in moving images fast. Next is DEFT. It is a live operating system along with the collection of several forensic tools. It is Ubuntu based. It provides best Windows forensic tools. It's a new concept of computer forensic system that uses LXDE as desktop environment and WINE to execute Windows tools under Linux and Mount Manager as a tool for device management. It is very stable and professional. It is widely used by police, military, etc. Next is volatility. One of the popular tools in memory forensic is volatility. It is an open source tool and is built in Python coding language. It reduces complexity in the process. The whole extraction process is totally independent of the target system. It can be used to investigate the content of RAM. Malware present in RAM can be identified by the experts by using volatility. It is available for Windows, Linux and Mac operating systems. This is a fast and comprehensive tool used for forensic analysis. Next is Last Activity View. Last Activity tool is for Windows operating system. It collects information from various sources on a running system and displays a log of actions made by the user and events occurred in the computer. The activity displayed by Last Activity View includes running exe file, opening open or save dialog box, opening file or folder from Explorer or other software, software installation, system shutdown or start, application or system crash, network connection or disconnection, and more. It focuses more on Windows log, registry, and it interprets the acquired data. The following actions and events are currently supported by Last Activity View. Run.exe file. .exe file is run directly by the user or by another software or service running in the background. Next is select file. In open or save dialog box, the user can select a specified file name from the standard save or open dialog box of Windows. Next is open file or folder. The user can open a specified file name from Windows Explorer or from any other software. Next is view folder in Explorer. The user can view a specified folder in Windows Explorer. Next is software installation. It displays software that has been installed or updated. System started. The computer has been started. System shutdown. The system has been shut down directly by the user or by software that initiated a reboot. Resumed from sleep. The computer has been resumed from sleep mode. Network connected. Network connected after previously disconnected. Network disconnected. Network has been disconnected. Software crash. The specified software has been crashed. Software stopped responding, that is hang. The specified software stopped responding. Blue screen. Blue screen event has been occurred on the system. Next is user logon. The user logged on to the system. User log off. The user logged off from the system if the log off was caused by a software that initiated a reboot. Restore point created. Restore point has been created by Windows operating system. Windows installer started and the Windows installer ended. Next is HXD. It is a free tool. It is simple hex editor of disk image and RAM. It is very useful to analyze disk or file system manually. We can cross-check the header with its extension. It can handle file of any size. It directly provides access to specified address. Next is CAINE, that is Computer Aided Investigative Environment. It is also a live Linux CD with collection of forensic tools. CAINE offers a complete forensic environment that is organized to integrate existing software tools as software modules and to provide a friendly graphical interface. It has user-friendly interface along with user-friendly tools. It has a built-in write blocker, so there is no possibility of accidental damage to evidence. CAINE comes with user-friendly interface. It comes with many well-known forensic tools and most of them are open source, which is a major advantage. It provides optimized environment, which is a good example of resource management. It has ability to generate and export the report so user will get essential summary of the case. For image acquisition, CAINE provides GRISM Analyzer, LRRP, AIR, Guy Major and terminal with saving the output DC3DD. For analysis purpose autopsy, the sleuth kit, SF dumper, 2.2, Fundel 2.0, scalpel, foremost, steg detect, off crack, Nautilus, scripts, etc. It looks like a comprehensive environment. Next is Mandiant Redline. Redline, Mandiant's premier free tool, provides host investigative capabilities to users to find signs of malicious activity by memory and file analysis and the development of a threat assessment profile. We can analyze the process which was running on the system when the memory image was acquired. It shows the full details about the process such as the process ID, path, arguments and username, system identifier, SID, etc. Mandiant Redline is a free tool. Next is Plain Sight tool. It has a comprehensive forensic environment with powerful open source tools which allow the investigator to grab vital information from the target system. Functions are as follows: disk and partition information. It is compatible with wide variety of file systems and can go through the file system and provide essential information about acquired storage. Next is user and group information. It can extract information about users and groups from acquired drives. Recovery of password is not so easy because it is stored in encrypted format with irreversible algorithm like MD5, SHA-1 or hash. Next is internet history. It is also a very important aspect. Plain sight can fetch internet history from acquired drives. It can lead towards recent online activity of user. Next is acquiring Windows firewall configuration. It is used to identify whether the system is compromised or not by showing the status of the firewall, which is very important to allow malware or Trojan to communicate with external world. Attacker compromises firewall settings. It can open door or access for specific program for specific IP address. Any suspicious rule can lead investigator to the attacker. Next is discover recent document. In case of RAID, recent documents can give clue about past or future of the next move. Next is USB storage information. This information is also very useful to link USB storage device to seized system. In Windows, this information is kept in registry, so investigator can do this manually, but every time this may not be feasible. This environment provides a comprehensive report in short time. Examine physical memory dump like volatility. Plain sight can also examine physical memory dump. It gives information of system state, programs in memory which may contain infected program too. Next is NeroSoft. It is one of the recommended utility Windows tools. It has many built-in packages which are very useful and doesn't need separate installation. Recently, a said firm published list of antiviruses that threats NeroSoft utility as virus. It cannot be considered as a dedicated forensic tool because it is a monitoring and management tool. But this tool can do live analysis as well. It is not an open source tool, but it is a freeware. It is a compilation of following: password recovery utilities, network monitoring utility, web browser tool, multimedia related utility, video and audio both, internet utility, command line utility and desktop utilities. We'll end this module with summary. Criminals are using computer as a weapon against their victims. So it is an emerging challenge before law enforcement agencies to identify the digital evidence and extract essential facts that can be produced before court. This is where digital forensic comes in the picture. Digital forensic is a branch of forensic science which encompasses recovery and investigation of material found on digital evidences. There are two criteria to classify digital forensic tools. They are based on developer and based on the use of software tools. Write blockers allow only read instructions and they block all write instructions. So even if someone tries to modify the evidence, write blocker won't let that happen to the evidence. Some of the popular tools used for forensic analysis are NCASE, the Sleuth Kit, FTK Imager, DEFT, Volatility, Last Activity View, HXD, Mendiant Redline, CAINE, Plain Sight Tool, NeroSoft and many more. The tools mentioned in this module are not the only tools that are used for digital forensic analysis. Many more open source as well as proprietary tools that are available in the market can be used for forensic analysis.